Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Mental Health Simplified. My name is Lesline McEwen. I'm a registered psychotherapist. If you've been here before, you know that I'm not afraid to talk about topics that hit close to home. And today I'll be speaking about a trait that is admired and praised, but rarely understood, and that is perfectionism. We have all felt the pressure to get every single detail right at some time or the other. But do you find yourself spending hours on a task, knowing it's already good, but feeling compelled to make it flawless? If you said yes, you may be a perfectionist. That drive for excellence can be an amazing asset, and it can also be a double-edged sword that could cripple you. This video is for anyone who has ever felt trapped by their own high standards. Research shows that perfectionism is not a single uniform trait. It's more of a spectrum with two distinct sides. On one side, you have adaptive perfectionism. This is the side we often admire. An adaptive perfectionist is a high achiever who sets ambitious, realistic goals. Their motivation comes from a genuine passion for excellence and a desire to do their best. They're organized, detail oriented, and they take pride in producing high quality work. The positive side of perfectionism can be a powerful engine for success in your career, your hobbies, and personal development. It can push you to achieve things you never thought possible. But then there's the other side, maladaptive perfectionism. This is where the drive for excellence becomes a deeply painful internal struggle. This type of perfectionism is not about aiming for success. It's about desperately trying to avoid failure. It's fueled not by passion, but by a powerful, crippling fear. So, what's at the core of this dark side of perfectionism? Research by experts like Dr. Paul Hewitt and Dr. Gordon Flett has shown that maladaptive perfectionism is fundamentally rooted in a deep sense of shame. When we believe deep down that we are fundamentally flawed or unworthy, that's shame. We develop elaborate strategies to prevent anyone else from seeing those perceived flaws. Perfectionism is one of the most common of these strategies. If I can be perfect, then no one can criticize me. If I'm flawless, then I won't have to face that feeling of not being good enough. It's a desperate, exhausting attempt to earn worthiness and belonging. It's a vicious cycle that instead of protecting us from shame, often reinforces it. So, if you've been relying on perfectionism to protect you, it's time to recognize its dark side. It's not working for you. The pressure to be perfect is immense. Every task, every interaction become a high stakes performance, leading to a constant state of worry and physical exhaustion. The fear of not doing something perfect can be so overwhelming that you don't start at all. How many brilliant ideas have stayed locked away because they weren't perfect enough to begin? Low self esteem can be triggered by maladaptive perfectionism. Maladaptive perfectionists are never satisfied. Even when they succeed, they immediately focus on that one small flaw or the next impossible challenge, leading to a relentless cycle of dissatisfaction and exhaustion. This leads to burnout and a feeling of never being good enough. Perfectionism can make true intimacy very difficult. We often struggle to be vulnerable, to ask for help, or to tolerate the imperfections of others, which strains our most important connections. That drive for flawlessness can keep you from ever finishing, ever celebrating, or ever connecting. The good news is you can still have that drive for excellence without the self destructive side effects. The key is to shift from maladaptive to adaptive perfectionism. Here are a few strategies backed by therapeutic approaches like cognitive behavioral therapy and self compassion practices. The first one is to challenge your inner critic. In therapeutic terms, it's called cognitive restructuring. When that voice says, "This is not good enough," pause and ask yourself, is that objectively true, or is that my fear speaking? Learn to separate your self worth from your performance. Research by Dr. Kristin Neff on self compassion shows that treating ourselves with kindness during moments of struggle significantly reduces shame and self criticism. Embrace good enough. The 80-20 rule, also known as the Pareto principle, suggests that for many tasks, 20% of your effort will generate 80% of the results. The remaining 80% of your effort is then spent on chasing that last 20% of the results, the final details and touches that brings something from great to perfect. Recognized when you've achieved a good enough result that meets all the necessary requirements. Learn to stop there. This can save you a significant amount of time and energy that you can use on other tasks. I suggest practice consciously submitting something that is not absolutely flawless. To get comfortable with this idea, start with a small, low action task. Try sending an email that you think is done but not perfect. Now, instead of seeing mistakes as proof of your inadequacy, view them as essential learning opportunities. This concept, championed by Dr. Carol Dweck's work on the growth mindset, helps us to understand that our abilities can be developed through dedication and hard work. Every master was once a beginner who made countless errors. Overcoming maladaptive perfectionism is not about lowering your standards. It's about freeing yourself from the fear of not being enough. It's about building resilience, fostering genuine connection, and truly embracing your authentic self, flaws and all. Now, which of these strategies resonates most with you? Or what's one area where you're going to try to embrace good enough this week? Share your thoughts in the comments below. And please, if you found this video helpful, give it a like, subscribe, and share for more mental health simplified. And while you're at it, hit that notification bell so you don't miss our next discussion. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Disclaimer. Please note that the information discussed in this video is for general information and educational purposes only and should not be considered a substitute for the advice of a mental health professional or as a diagnosis or treatment. If you feel that you may need psychological or medical advice, please consult a qualified healthcare professional. Thank you.